بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. السلام عليكم. Whoa, Chicago. MashaAllah. How many are actually from Chicago here? Raise your hand. Let's hear it for Chicago. Whoa. Anybody from out of town? Wow, wait a minute. Some of you raise your hands twice. I don't get that. How's that work? MashaAllah. Shalom. Good to see you again. MashaAllah. We got everybody here. Let me ask you a question. Do we have any Muslims here? Raise your hand. All right, settle down. Whoa, scary, man. Whoa. Anybody here that's not Muslim, raise your hand. How you like being surrounded by all these terrorists? Oh, Muslim. It's okay, take it easy. Is anybody having fun? Yeah, alhamdulillah. They're talking about Renaissance. Who knows what it means? Huh? I tried to find it on Google. I couldn't find it. Huh? It's French. Oh, so that's why I didn't know what it was. Alhamdulillah. But I do have an idea about something. See if this makes sense. I look around us and I realize that we as Muslims have a problem. And it's not just here in America. It's not just in Canada. It's a problem that I've seen everywhere. I really decided to do something big this year, as if Guidance TV wasn't big enough, right? But I wanted to do, by the way, do you remember when we were sitting in England, and you and I were sitting together, you remember that? And you asked me how many TV channels we had in America for Islam, you remember that? I said 0, and you said urgency. That was your words. I never forget that. I said, if a Jewish rabbi can recognize we need to have our own voice, what about us? How come we don't realize how important it is for Muslims to have their voice in this country? So alhamdulillah, we got it. We got Guidance TV. But I'm not satisfied with that. I want more. I want more. I want us to do more. Right now, we're only broadcasting in the United States and Canada on the satellite. Of course, we're all over the world on our internet websites. Alhamdulillah, now we have 2,300 websites for Islam. That's where you get excited, you clap and stuff like that. No cue cards. They needed cue cards. Alhamdulillah. In a way, it's kind of intimidating to be standing up here in front of one of the first people that ever helped me learn Islam. He's sitting right behind me right now. But I think almost everybody in this room has gained some knowledge and benefit from Sheikh Jamal. I believe that. I only know about one mistake that he made. I remember when he came to Texas in 1991 in November. You remember that? You had a debate. It was supposed to be a dialogue. It turned into a debate. You remember? The Christian Arab from your country? Yeah. Anyway, it went well. He handled it so beautifully. And on the way to the airport, he made his mistake. He gave me his phone number. Yeah, that was a mistake. I called him every day. And one day, when I would talk about anything and everything, because when somebody's new to Islam, they need help. They need help because they're going through a renaissance and they need help. So I guess after about a month, one time I called, his wife answered the phone. I said, uh-oh, because I mean, I've been really bothering this guy. She's probably going to go, huh? Instead, she said, he's asleep, but I'll wake him up. Can you imagine this? And this is what I wanted to focus on right now. We have a lot of new Muslims coming into Islam. We've got a lot of people waking up to what the deen is about. And we really need to offer them help because they're going through something right now that it's difficult to make this transition. It's not easy. There are also a lot of our youth, the youngsters. They're growing up around the name Muslim, but suddenly they wake up and they need help too. And this is where we can come in together as a team, one big team helping everybody. Couple little points that I picked up along the way. One of them is that we should know what we're talking about before we open our mouth, and that makes good sense anyway. That's common sense, Don't say something you don't have a proof for it. And Islam is very clear about that. If you don't have a proof, just say, I don't know. And if you're not sure about the proof, say, I don't know. And even if you're sure, but you think somebody else in the room could do a better job of presenting it, say, I don't know. And you'll be rewarded for that. So that's one of the points. Get some knowledge and learn how to use it properly. I'm just telling myself. Another point, somebody's new to Islam, they really don't need you to hit them over the head with a book. They don't need you to beat them up with all of what you're going to tell him he's got to do. Our Prophet ﷺ, he told Mu'adh ibn Jabal, I'm sending you to the land of the Ahl Kitab. He was talking about sending them down to Yemen at that time. And he said, teach them a tawheed. What is tawheed? Monotheism, the oneness of God. If they accept that, then teach them about the salah. And if they accept that, then teach them about the zakah. But everything was, as they say in Arabic, wada bi wada, step by step, one by one. So take it easy on each other. Let everybody come in at their own speed. Some people are faster than others. Some people catch on. Some people just want to go slow. Take it easy. Just be sure that we progress something a little bit every day. So take it easy on the new ones when they come in. Another point is about this idea of dividing into these various groups. There was one brother, he was 6 weeks old in Islam, 6 weeks. And he came to our masjid, and he happened to be there when I walked in the door. And I said, Assalamu alaikum. He doesn't want to give me salam back. He said, I need to know what group you're in. I said, what? He said, what group are you in? I said, brother, what are you talking about that? You said you're 6 weeks old in Islam, so what's that? He said, no, you have to choose. You're Hanbali, you're Maliki, you're Shafi, or you're Hanafi. You got to be one. I said, what? What are you talking about? He said, otherwise you're not a Muslim. I said, wow. So what are you? I said, I'm vanilla. Because I don't want to choose a group up. I chose the group that I wanted. It's called Muslims. That was the group that I chose. But I highly respect all of our brothers and sisters for their opinions, even if we're wrong on some of it. But as long as we're trying to seek the truth and we ask Allah to guide us, inshallah, Allah will help us find the way. There were some of the companions that had mistakes, and those are the best people. They had to be corrected, but there wasn't anybody pointing the finger at them and saying, kafir, it hurts. Especially when you think about you've given up everything. You've given up everything to come into Islam. The first thing that happens, the very first thing that happens when you come into Islam is your family's going to turn against you. That's got to happen. And then after that, you'll find out you don't have a job anymore, or you can't get a job, or you got a problem at school. And then after that, you'll find that you've got a problem with the Muslims. Now what? It's very disheartening when you've given everything you've got to have somebody start picking on you for something that you just don't know about. Like, how long is your pant leg? Huh? For a new Muslim, maybe that's a little too much. Or how big is your miswak? Oh, you didn't know some people actually told me this? Huh? I heard all of that stuff. So in the beginning, again, take it easy. Take it easy. And remember that our Prophet ﷺ warned us against dividing up into groups. In fact, it was very clear. He said, as the Jews and Christians divided into 71 or 72 groups, you Muslims, you'll divide more. You'll be in 73, and all of them will be in the hellfire, illa wahid, except for one. The ones that are what me and my companions are on today. And one of the things that I admired so much about Islam is the teaching of the respect that we have to have for every human being, not just Muslims. Obviously, we should have for each other. But how about other people that don't share our belief, but they share the same air that we breathe and the same planet that we live on? And I was told clearly that Islam is demanding respect for every human being, that you mustn't even scratch. I love the terminology that the brother used when he was giving me the explanation. He said, you mustn't even scratch the dignity of another human being, because Islam doesn't tolerate that. What a person chooses, what a person chooses is their choice. Isn't that true? And is there such a thing that I can force somebody to Islam? One of the meanings of the word Islam, actually, it's a composite meaning. No, you take this one back. I trade cards with you. That's it. Then you give me that one later. Okay. Okay, let me read you the note. It said, Sheikh, why do you look so cute on TV? Which side of the room did that come from?
I'll give you 2 more minutes then.
Like here. The most important part for me is my connection with my Lord. And I want it to be right. Many people talk about the number of shahadas that I've seen, and I have seen thousands. Even at one time in Germany, we saw 1,200 people stand up for shahada. Other times we've seen 200 or 300, groups of numbers. Recently, when I was in Qatar, I saw 40-something that stood up and accepted Islam. I think it was about 3 weeks ago. But when they asked me how many, as if I would keep count, you know, I said there's only one shahada that I know something about, that I had something to do with. Because it's Allah that guides the people, not me. But I know about one. They said, which one? I said, mine. And I hope Allah accepts it. And I hope He accepts from all of you. I ask Allah, and in my closing dua with all of you tonight, is that what we came with this, when we came here, whatever we came with, that when we leave here, that whatever we had is better, and our attitude is for positive and forward moving as a group, as a team, in a real modern day renaissance. I love all of you for Allah. Keep watching Guide Us TV. Get guided with Guide Us TV. Assalamu alaikum.